Good day. It's Jim Dedman, and you're here at Sawlogs Plastic Hubs, and it's Slop in the Shop video time. Our little pigs, it's winter time, and we can't let our pigs free range, so we got to bring them in, so I've got to create some more feed for them. So that's what we've got. And this is more just stuff. It's sort of a blog hitting this and that and the other things I have or I'm doing or whatnot. Actually, the past 2 weeks I've been cleaning up, straightening up, rearranging, putting things up, trying to get stuff in order to work. I do have a fabrication project. I'm going to build a new workbench for the race shop. I've got the material all except the top, and I'm going back and forth on what I'm going to do. It'll be a fairly simple table, but I'm going to do it. Outside of that, that'll probably be its own video series. Outside of that, basically we've been getting ready for Christmas here at the Dedman household. We've got some news, some family news. Life is changing, and we got some family news that some of our families or some of our grandchildren, we've already got the part of them out of town, and the rest of them's going to be moving out of town after the first year. So we may have to start traveling to see our grandchildren. So with the exception of 2 of them who will still be locally because they're co-parented kids, the other 5 will be somewhere else, not local. And on both sides of the United States, actually. So we've already had my stepdaughter, her husband's in the Army, and I know you've heard me mention that several times. They are getting reassigned a little closer to home, but Texas is still a good ways to North Carolina. And my stepson and his wife are going to be moving out. They're moving from nearby here at Gastonia to Maine to pursue other opportunities. So that's going to make some big changes around here for as far as what goes on. So we've been trying to make Christmas special and working on that. It's been taking up a lot of time. So with all that being said, get the children, the popcorn, the kiddies, everybody around, and sit back and enjoy my real slop this week. I'll come back and tell you bye. Have a great day. This is on my kitchen table, and I'm shooting this obviously to save for a slop in the shop. This is right before Christmas, and I got a really nice Christmas present from my buddy Tom up at Hilltop. He sent me this, and even though I'm not a big Chrysler person, Paul, if you know me personally, you'll know that. So basically, I just wanted to show this. I'm real proud of it. It will go up in my new shop eventually when I get it together. I'm not putting up a lot of stuff in the new shop right now, mainly because I'm going to have to take a lot of it down this spring if I get it sprayed insulated. So I'm not really wanting to do a whole lot. So this will be something goes in the new shop. Here is the sheet metal that came off the race car. This is the doors pinned off, and I don't know if I showed this. I've got keys, but I ain't got the ones I need. So let me go back inside the house. But I've showed this, and basically what you're seeing here is this is what the body consists of. That's what that flat sheet metal eventually looks like. This has got a lot of graphics on it, and all. We're actually going to give the doors away. One of the doors our driver's got. The other door, a friend of ours has done promised and asked for it. So we have a couple of rear quarter panels that we may be getting rid of. One thing I probably haven't mentioned, and I'm going to show this, and I got GoPro today because I'm just carrying it around. These are LED lights. And one of the advantages of having an LED light in a building like this, and eventually it will be insulated obviously, is you can turn them on in cooler weather. So one of the advantages of this building right now not being insulated is nice and warm. I've got my tires for the race car all here. Basically, we just clean these up and put something like simple green on these just to store them for the winter. This is the newer set. This is the older set, which we'll use for spares. That's the hood for the race car. And in behind that, you will see that there's some sheet metal right back here. And that's the sheet metal that is going to be used for building the new body. We're not going to change the decking, I think. And I've got some parts boxes laying around here I need to throw away. Main reason I come in the shop is to pick up a drill bit, actually, that I've got 3/16 drills that I'm short of. I'm going to show you something here. I'm a bit of a smart aleck. And this car, one of the rules about racing is the weights all have to be painted white and all this. And this is what we have for weights. Well, somebody's seen a video or a picture back spring of the year when I had this stuff off, and they didn't think I had this stuff painted. So I made this sign and put it in a rack just for comic relief. And I was figuring that we would go to our big race and somebody would complain and we would have to take this side off. So obviously we didn't, so there it is. Oh, okay. And also, by the way, right here in this box is a third member. And the spool's mine, but the third member comes from a friend of mine here locally, a machining friend. Here is a rear end of the gear that's going in it. We're building a different gear ratio. To change gear ratios in these cars, you change the whole pumpkin. This one right here, sitting in this box, is another ratio that we run. And right over there is my little race box. One day here soon, I'm going to get these boxes out, do a tour of what we take to the racetrack. Another thing I want to show you about organizational stuff I've done is you'll see hanging on the wall this here piece of tubing. And what I've done is this was a racing air gauge I had a long time ago, and I converted it to use on a car. See, it's got 60 pounds of air. So when I want to blow a car tire up, I've got a reel outside, I've showed that earlier, is I have this right here where I can get to it. And the other day, I went ahead, and this is a Harbor Freight shear, like for sheet metal, aluminum, and I made a holder up for this to stick it in. Probably you're going to eventually see I'm going to move a lot more of my tools and stuff out here. And you'll probably see them on the walls or stuff like that, like power tools, especially some of them. So there that is. And I'm bad to do things sometimes and not make videos. I showed this on my Facebook page and my Instagram page. By the way, if you want to see me on Instagram, I'll put a note in the next slot. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm X-Kart Racer. If you want to follow me on Facebook, you just look up James Dedman. So, with all that being said, I had some yokes that goes in the rear end. In fact, the rear end I'm building. And because these have been taken apart and got a little scratching on them, I've had to buy them and I've had seal problems. So I decided I needed a good way to polish them. So what I done is took a piece of steel, turned it. This is turned to fit the inside of the yoke, which will tighten up. Then this little 1/4 inch 20 nut, you just tighten it up and it squeezes the yoke and holds it there for polishing. I don't know, since I'm using the GoPro, I don't know if you can see this. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, see right here, see the number 1, that's where I can put it in number 1 jaw and line it up the same. even though runout's not that critical. So there's another little item I've shot today. I'm just shooting some stuff up, throw in my slop. Some of the stuff may make it, some of the stuff may not. I've got something I want to show you, and what made me think of is Mr. Pete and how everybody operates, and I think I've showed this before. If you'll notice, and I know you've seen me do this a lot in my shop, you've seen me cut rags up out of all kind of stuff. These are some towels and old t-shirt and stuff that I've had. Some of these still come out of my late mom's place, and I use these because I look at a rag as a disposable item. I don't believe in, I'm not going to say I disagree with some people. Mr. Pete showed it, but I'm not even going to go there because go see his video because his wife cleaned the rags up. And that's something they did, and I think that's very honorable. I've got still some rags here, laying in here. These are some old car towels I'm recycling. You see, I still got rags here. I got rags in bags, a lot of towels and old t-shirts. Now do I have recording? And that's okay. Have to be careful sometimes because things don't always work. I'm going to walk you around. I don't know, I probably showed this before, but I'm working on Slop. Probably try to get one more in for the end of the year. This is like 3 days before Christmas. And this is my race car trailer. I've had this thing, I bought it right after I got into racing, and it's an open trailer. Open trailers are inexpensive, and they're nice because, I don't know, unless you're traveling long ways where you really going to have to stop a lot and lock up. I mean, the longest we pull our race car is an hour and a half. So we can pretty well go to a place and come back. So we don't, if we do stop, it's usually like for gas or something. And usually if we plan that right, we don't even have to do that. So we don't really need the security of having everything locked up. That's the advantage of a closed trailer. You put all your supplies inside and lock it up. It's a little harder for somebody to steal. But a good used 22, 24-foot closed trailer, you really need a 3/4 ton truck to pull it. That's added expense plus a few other things. So this is a good option for a local racer. Anyway, this trailer had this viewing platform when I bought it, except for the toolbox, is what's on it. The biggest thing I changed is these lights you see. Now these are LEDs. These are Home Depot ones. Actually, what happened, I got a gift card from my brother and sister-in-law for my birthday, and I installed it. And these LEDs will run off my little 1,000-watt generator really good. So what this does is, see, this light here shines in the toolbox. The tool on the back shines back. And this toolbox is one I had for a while. It was actually a gift years ago. And it was the kind that supposedly set that inside the bed of a tool truck. So we keep certain supplies that just don't come out of it. Battery charger, extra battery power tools, hand cleaner, yoga mats, mud scraper, pool handle, drop cords, Harbor Freight air compressor, a cardboard box with everything in it. My madam just texted me. I'm going to have to go to Hickory in a minute. So this is the stuff we don't never take out of the trailer. Now this one spot, you see I use pipe, and what this is just to keep her cordless tools from flopping around. This is just a regular little 3/8 sear. That's my drill that I had for so long, Hitachi. And then the Milwaukee Impact goes in there. So to close it, because this box has been bent, I have to kind of lean on it just a little bit like that. And padlock. So kind of hard to padlock holding the video camera. There it is. Now this box isn't quite as organized as the inside boxes. One of the reasons it's small is sort of cramped. Basically here in the top of it, I'm going to lay this. I've got some Allen wrenches, scrapers, air pressure gauges, screwdrivers, stuff like that that we use at the racetrack. This drawer here is basically flat wrenches and 2 adjustables, both standard and metric. Then, let's see, then here's a big set of pliers, an extra set of sockets that may not be covered in another set, some more screwdrivers, and such as that. And then here in the bottom drawer is BFHs, and just a few other odd things, a couple more screwdrivers and scrapers, such as that. This is the stuff we need to do emergency repair and maintenance at the racetrack. You'll notice that blue is lined with the same yoga mats that I use for everything else. We do have a nose and tail here, and I know there's a sheet metal. I may have showed that before. I've got another project running I'm not going to comment on. So I'm kind of loading up and getting ready. I got to run out of tank. Okay, here's a couple of new buys. I need to take that out there and put it in the race box. I bought this and this at the local auction house. I'm actually putting this in the top of the other pink box for the race car. Okay, I had to run out this morning and I've done a little Harbor Freight shopping. These air fittings are actually pretty good. These 2 here I had, and for some reason they won't seal off. So they're junk, so I had to get a new one of those too. So I'm going to put all this together. I've reinstalled the air line here. What I've done is I took that air line out to the other shop, and I had some problems with these air chucks. So I'm going to go out to the other shop and install it. Okay, so I got the new installed inside. So the way all this works is I got to go cut my air off for the shop. But I'm doing some work with some tires and stuff, so I need my air to inflate and check tire pressure. So and this is what I'm going to actually use for air hoses. I'll probably get me several and set them up, not just the one. Okay, here's what came in today. I ordered these from Amazon. Cobalt twist drills. If you notice the size, they're 3/16. Here's why. Because I needed some 3/16 drill bits. I have used so many in putting pipe rivets in the race car, I have eaten through my supply of 3/16 drill bits. I thought I'd have enough to do me for many years. Now, if you'll watch the later Slop, you may have seen I bought some 3/16 double in for pipe riveting itself, which I did. But these are going in my machinist box. And I bought them from Amazon. Yes, sir, import. But there was a pretty good price on them, so hopefully they're a good quality drill bit. So we will see when it comes being used. Thought I'd throw that in. Well, I hope you enjoyed my mix and match of stuff. Like I say, Christmas has been something else here. Like I said earlier in the intro, as all families grow, they change, and change is constant in our lives. So we just have to adapt to it. And so that's just part of it. We are also been struggling, and we got some health issues with our cocker, and that's been concerning to both of us. He's got some heart issues, and we've been trying to keep him going. I've been laughingly said, we talk about our racing a lot and what they call sponsorship. I laughed and said we need to get a sponsor for our grandchildren and our dog here. It seems like the expenses just keep coming, hits just keep coming. But hey, I've got my health. I just recently turned 65 and become a Medicare recipient. I mean, that's a blessing. I'm blessed to have wonderful people in my life. Chris is just absolutely wonderful. So I've got a lot to celebrate for as blessings for Christmas and going into the new year. I've got some incredible friends that help us with this race car. We've got people who help us support the race car. I mean, we ain't got near enough, but we got more than my pocket, and that's always a blessing. So I just want you to sit back and think about how many blessings we have in our lives over Christmas. It's not what we open Christmas morning. It's what we bring to our life every day. And that's just what you have to do. So, with all that being said, I hope every one of my subscribers have a Merry Christmas. If I have some time between Christmas and New Year's, I'll start putting some stuff together. I'm not so sure about if I will or if I won't. But if I don't, I wish you a Happy New Year too. Don't be making all these dadgum New Year's resolutions you can't keep. Sit down and have a real heart talk with yourself when you start this stuff up. With all that being said, I appreciate every one of my subscribers. The channel has grown despite me playing with the focus of it sometimes. So, it started out more machining, now it started out my life, more or less. It's sort of like a blog. And, there will be the dual focus in 2021. I'm not going to go one way or the other. So with all that to be said, I wish all of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we will see you next video.